Hello, testing, testing. Can you guys hear me? Now, double check. If you guys can hear me, just give me a thumb up. Yeah, so you just give me the thumb up whenever that you can hear me. Okay, good. So seems like I have been seeing so many thumbs up, so I consider that it's well being heard. Okay, so now we are going to start our first section, online section. Man, whoa, so excited, right? Okay, yes, Michael, what you want to say? Ding dong. Yeah. Okay, just allow me just to allow someone to come in yet. Okay, now let's continue. Yeah, so welcome to the first online sections for your class. Yeah, 5A. Yeah, for the subjects that is maths. Yeah, looking excited, right? I believe that last year, some of you are laughing at your senior, especially the 5S, right? Now you guys are the same fat. Yeah. So okay. So without any further ado, now let's start our lesson. Okay. So I believe that you guys already look into the questions, or maybe you already can try some of the question. Yeah. Yes. Tonight we don't focus much. We only focus into two topics. So if we can settle fast, that means we are going to be shorter than 2 hours. So means that we are not going to off by 12. Yeah, so we can be actually be earlier. Yeah. So along the journey, if you have any question, you just raise your hand. But I will need your heavily participation. Yes, I'm hunger for your participation. Yeah. So because now we are talking about answering the question. Yeah, so not for me to all the time 2 hours. I need the response from you. Yeah, so remember that. Okay, so now let's kickstart for the first one. So what is the topics that we're going to cover? Yeah, because if you already look into the question, you should already know that we are going to focus into two. One is actually called algebra. Yeah, you have two variables, algebra. So that is a very basic topic, yeah, for us to be coming out. And of course, you're going to see these versions of question. Regardless, you are seeing inside your objective one or two questions at least. Or if you're lucky enough, you're going to see one question, 4 marks, or in your paper 2 section A. So it's going to give you a maximum of 6 marks. So is that worth for us to spend time? Yes, because even though I say it's only 6 marks, but the skills you are going to use it in every part of the question. Yeah, the skill. Yeah? So the skill is what? Transferring law from left to right. So remember, you need to change the sign, right? From positive sign, when from left side, you need to change the right side. You will need to change it into negative sign. Yeah. So all this is actually the skills that we are looking forward to do the question. Okay. So now we're going to be inside your we call it as your quadratic. Yeah, so it's actually your quadratic. So like early in the morning for the section who actually attend the early morning. So inside this topic, you actually learn about how to differentiate what is actually equation. Okay, equation versus function. Yeah, so this is actually the meaning that we have. Yeah, so very easy. Equation means that you know. You know what? You know the value. Yeah, so very simple. You know the value. Function, you don't know. Yeah, you don't know. Yeah, so you don't know. Yeah, you don't know what? You don't know the value. Yeah, so this is a very simple and straightforward definitions for your equations versus function. Yeah, so of course, quadratic means what? Quadratic, we also learn about your general form. Yeah, remember that you have your general form. So for your general form, you only have one. That is your ax squared plus bx plus c. Yeah, so I'm going to put it like this because it will depend on you telling me it's an equation or not. If it's an equation, then it will be ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. But if it's a function, then it will be y equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. That is only the difference when we talk about equation versus function. Okay, however, here you will need to understand your A, your B, your C, they are all integer. right? They are all integer. It cannot be decimal. It cannot be fraction. Yeah? But it only can be a decimal and fraction if it's in the form of function. Yeah, be careful. Be careful with that one. If it's in the form of function, yes, your ABC can be integer, fraction, and decimal. But if it's in the form of equation, your ABC only can be integer, whole number lah. Yeah, so this is roughly to telling you. So tonight I will focus only into very simple, not into our quadratic lah, but actually more towards your algebra. There is two variables in linear form. Okay, two variables. So when I say two variables, means that you're going to see your x and y. Yeah, so when we say that two variables, we are going to see x and y. So when I say in linear form, means that this is power 1. Yeah, so this is a power 1. Yeah, so this is something that's special about your linear form. Okay, so I already introduced you the linear form and also the quadratic form. Okay, very simple. Let's kickstart. Giving you the example. Okay, what it means by two variables in linear form. So example like now, I'm going to give you the equation. I have x plus y equal to 4. Okay, and then I have, then I have 2x minus y is equal to 7. Example, example. So very clear, our question is solve it. Okay, very clear, our question is solve it. So what is the steps that we need to write for your this one? So for me, very simple. I am going to, just allow me to change color. I'm going to say this is equation 1. Then I'm going to say this is equation 2. What I'm going to do for my equation, very simple. I will telling you saying that 1 plus 2. Why I want to have 1 plus 2? Because this is currently I'm using elimination techniques. Yeah, when I say 1 plus 2, because I can see positive y and negative y. So if I get them plus together, so means that the y will be gone. Yeah, your y will turn into 0. Yeah, so there's the reasons why I get number 1 plus with number 2. Therefore, I'm going to have 3x, x plus with 2x. So that is how I get my 3x. Okay, the y already a goner, so no need to write anything. 4 plus 7, I'm going to have 11. Okay, I'm going to have 11. Then my x will be equal to 11 over 3. Yahoo! I managed to find out my x value already. Okay, so fast I already can get my x. And remember, this is two variables, x and y. So don't forget about your y. Okay, so now I'm going to sub in. Sub x equal to 11 over 3 into equation 1. Yeah, so I'm going to sub into it. So now I have 11 over 3 plus with y equal to 4. So means that my y will be equal to 4 minus 11 over 3. Yeah, so now when you press into the calculator, you notice that the y, it will be equal to 1 over 3. Right? So it will be equal to 1 over 3. Yay, congratulations. I managed to find out my x equal to 11 over 3 and my y is actually equal to 1 over 3. Yeah, so this is using elimination method. Yeah, so I'm using the eliminations method. So I'm going to call this one as method 1. Okay, yeah, so far okay, right? I'm calling it as a method 1. Okay, now please respond in the chat room. Okay, please respond in the chat room. So what is another method? Yeah, beside then the elimination, what are the methods that you can think of? Like I'm waiting for your answers in the chat room. Right? Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. It's time for the second one. Now, allow me to change color. I'm going to change to green for my method 2. Checking. Can you guys see clearly for the green from your screen? Okay, right? Okay, nice. If you guys can see nicely from your screen, then I will maintain using my green one. Okay, right. There's nobody still texting. Yeah, can I have the answers? Beside then method 1, there is eliminations. What other method that we can have? Yeah, congratulations. Yeah, so your friends, the first one to get it done, that is the substitution. Yes, we're going to have substitution. Okay, so we have other method that is called substitution. Yeah, so we have this method. Okay, now next one. How do we going to do it? Okay, how are we going to do it? So the labeling is still the same. Equation 1 and equation 2 to avoid us from confused. Yeah, so usually I love to label as 1 and 2 to avoid myself to be confused. Of course, the most important thing also, the marker. Yeah, the person who actually mark my paper, yeah, they will not be confused on what I'm doing. Okay, now I'm going to start with equation number. This one is up to you. You want to express your x, you want to express your y, is up to you. Example like now, from 1. Okay, so from 1, you notice saying that I can branch into 2. 1 is my y equal to 4 minus x. Another one is my x equal to 4 minus y. So it will depend on you want to substitute which one. No issue. Yeah, it's actually totally no issue. Yeah, so I'm going to do both sides. Yeah, I'm going to do both sides. So let's see, is there any impact? Yeah, so now let's go on. So of course, with this one, I'm going to sub it into 2, right? For both, I'm going to sub it into 2. So now when I sub it into 2, now from this side, you will notice that I have 2x minus 4 minus x equal to 7. Yeah, so I'm going to do this side first, yeah? So now I have this, so be careful there, because I'm actually having a negative outside. So whenever that I have negative outside, when I multiply it in, remember I need to multiply to both. Yeah, so when I multiply, make sure saying that you are multiplying both. So after I multiply both, it now turns into 2x minus 4 plus with x equal 7. X and x group together. So now I have 3x. Okay, so now I have 3x. Then the 4, I bring it over. Okay, so this 4, negative 4, I'm going to bring it over to that side. So the moment that I bring it over to that side, you notice it becomes 7 plus 4. So means that my 3x is still remain as 11. And therefore, my x is equal to 11 over 3. So you notice they are the same answer. Yeah, but of course, if you do one side, I still need to continue. Yeah, so my y is now equal to 4 minus, 4 minus 3. Yeah, so now you have 1 over 3. So both answer is acceptable. Okay, now how about if I sub my x? Okay, so now I'm going to sub my x. The moment that I sub my x, it will turn into 2. Oops. Oh, no. Okay, so now I have 2, 4 minus y, okay, minus y, the original minus y, don't forget about that, and then it's equal to 7. Okay, so this one is the thing. So okay, now you notice that there is something here. Just taking like 1 minute to do a promotion. Yeah, so now currently I'm using the native apps from the iPad. This native apps is actually named as a freeform. In Android or in Google's, we actually call it as a notes. Example like Microsoft, we have OneNote, and for Google, we have something that is called Whiteboard, right? So you have I think you have either you have the Google Meet itself, you have in a whiteboard, or if not, you actually can have your own whiteboard for a better what we call collaboration. Yeah, but I love to use freeform, of course, not because of I'm an iPad user, but one thing that I love about freeform is you can actually do it offline. Yeah, so until here I'm actually done the promoting because I say 1 minute, but along the journey later I will be slightly promoting some of the apps from the iPad itself. Yeah, I need to do my duty as GPGD Apple. Okay, so now after I done this one, same thing, you notice that I will need to multiply my 2 into everybody. Yeah, so you notice this one, I will need to do this one multiplication. Yeah, so I'm going to have 8 minus 2y minus y equal to 7. Yeah, so you notice this is the answers that we have. Yeah, now group the y together and group those numbers together. So now I have negative 2y, or I can directly write negative 3y equal to 7 minus 8. Yeah, so now you understand saying that I'm actually transferring from my left side to the left side. So for my 8. So next one I'm going to have is negative 3y equal to negative 1. Now you have seen y equal to 1 over 3. Okay, 1 over 3. So now I end up with the same answers already. That is 1 over 3. Next one is I'm going to sub into the x. So I have x equal to 4 minus 1 over 3. And of course, I end up with the same answer, 11 over 3. Okay, so this is how we can actually use the techniques for the question. Yeah, so here by right, generally I'm showing you only 2 methods. I don't say that it's a 3 methods. Yeah, I'm showing you only 2 methods. Generally, we call it as a SE. Yeah, spatial edition for those are loving car. Yeah, so you should ever to identify. Hey, sometimes we have something versions called SE. Yeah, so what is actually an SE for car? It actually means spatial edition. But for mathematics, we call it as a S for substitution, E for elimination. So techniques called SE. Yeah. So for the blue is actually the elimination. For the green is actually substitution. Only lucky for us for this question, we can do both. Yeah, we can do sub the x, we can do sub the y. So therefore, my green I also being separate into 2 paths. However, regardless which path that you select, you notice that they are still end up with the same answer. Telling you they are both acceptable in your SPM. Okay, generally questions like this, it will be 4 marks. Yeah, directly telling you it will be 4 marks. Okay, teaching you on how to do the marking. Now, if you look into the blue, yeah, if you look into the blue, obviously, how do we give the 4 marks? Of course, your x itself, answer for your x, answer for your y, they are all entitled 1 mark. Then, where is other 2? As long we can see elimination, this one is another 1 more mark. Oh, this is maths. I should use P. Yeah, so this one is maths, so I should be using P. And then, of course, another one is here. So this is another P. So this is how the 4 marks allocated when you are actually using elimination. Yeah, so this is the 4 marks. Now, how about for substitution? Okay, how about for substitution? If you're looking into substitution, first marks is actually goes for your expression. So this one we consider as K1. Yeah, so this one is actually 2 different paths, right? Either you sub Y or either you sub X. Yeah, so here there will be a separate 1 mark, 1 mark. And of course, the moment that you sub it in, this is already your marks also. So this one also considered as P1. And no need to mention, your X answer, 1 mark. Your Y answer, 1 mark. Yeah, so this is how the allocations of the 4 marks for your express Y and substitute your Y. Same thing for the substitution for the x. 1 mark for the expression, 1 mark for the substitution in, yeah, and then of course 1 mark for your y value and 1 mark for your n value. Okay, so this is how marking scheme look like. Yeah, so now I just showing you the whole question. Okay, like you can actually copy it down, yeah, or you can actually print screen, yeah, to help you to solve it later. Okay, now I take 1 more minute to do my promoting. Now you notice, right, my handwriting is totally different. Whoa, correct. Of course, I understand when you compare my handwriting in the classroom and also the handwriting that you currently looking at. I believe that you fall in love with the handwriting that you see now, right? Yeah, of course, you were telling me that your class handwriting is sucks. Yeah, I accept that. Okay, yeah. So now here I help you to do some promotion. Yeah, another reasons why I love to start using freeform is because of the multiple pen that we have. Yeah, so whenever that I click it on, you can see they actually have a multiple pens that are available. I can have a pencil, the first one. Okay, so I can actually press it. Now you look into it. I try to draw. Yeah, so this is how it looks like. So you can see, ooh, this is not pencil. This is what? This is what we call magic pen. Yeah, or we call it as a AI pen. So what is actually AI pen or what is actually magic pen? It means that it can turn our handwriting into words. Yeah, so we can actually turn the handwriting into words. Such like, let's see. Okay. Yep. So you can see the moment it can detect my handwriting, maintain, so it will be able to convert my handwriting into the words. Even I write it very ugly. Okay, you notice that I write it very ugly, right? So I put it as connected as together. It still will be able to read my handwriting. Means that the detectors are quite okay, yeah, compared to other apps. Okay, so those are the things that we have, yeah, but of course after I realized I love to use this guy, yeah, so this guy, it gives me a very beautiful handwriting, yeah, so I call it very beautiful. Yeah, I'm very proud of my beautiful handwriting. Okay, like, okay, so that's all for my promotion for the second version. Yeah, like want to ask you guys, have any question? If you have question, please type into the chat room. But if you don't want, you want it to be personal, fine, I understand that one. You can actually WhatsApp me, yeah, PM inside the WhatsApp. I will still read the WhatsApp, no worry. My WhatsApp is still on, so no worry about that. My WhatsApp is always on, so I'm actually can read all the WhatsApp that you send, okay? Or if example like now you have no question, then please give me thumb up. Yeah, just give me a thumb up. Yeah, so I will know that you're actually with me. Okay, so I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I only see 5. Yeah, Jaden, wow, thank you for your support. Oh, who actually giving me love? Yeah, Jaden's, and wow, Michael is laughing. Yes, Michael, I heard your name today. Oops, sorry. Okay, so if you're okay, then let's go on. I already showing you how we actually allocate the 4 marks and how does we are going to do and what kind of technique that is we manage to accept. So now it's your turn. Yeah, so now it's your turn. Yeah. So now what is your turn? Yeah, this is the questions that I select. So some of you, can you actually send me your answer? Yeah, you just WhatsApp me your answer. John, number 1. Okay, you can actually WhatsApp me. Yeah, so A, B, C, D. Siapa cepat dia dapat. You take a picture and then just send in your answer. For those already sent in, no need to send. So what do I mean? Example, like you already sent in the part A, then that's all. Yeah, so you don't need to send like A, B, C, D. Yeah, so give chance for your friends. Okay, so now I'm waiting for your answer. Now, just want to show you, we have A, B, C, and D. And of course, the last two questions here, that is your I and J. Yeah, so I don't select all. I'm selecting the A, B, C, D, and then the I and J. Yeah, so I'm selecting all these four questions sahaja. Okay, so I received one. So I already have A. Yeah, A already done. Yeah. Then someone send me B, C, D, and I, J. Right, come on. Waiting for your answer. Like. Okay, one E already come in. Let's see. Okay, so I managed. Whoa, your friends is so happy. Yeah, do it into the same page. So it consists of B, C, D. So seems like it's a number two. I'm going to select the B. So the A, B. Okay, C also in already. Congrats. So A, B, C already I have. Now can I have D, I, and J? Yep. Can I have D, I, and J? Come on. Waiting for you to send in. Way. Yeah, I'm looking at the Michael message. Yeah. So he say, way, what? Way. I don't know. Yeah, you can ask, right? You can ask around. You can ask Elvin. Yeah, Elvin came just now. Okay, I'm still waiting. I only have A, B, and C. Yeah, I only have A, B, and C. Now, can I have D, I, and J? Hmm. Okay, D, I, and J. Come on. Come on. I'm still waiting. Okay. Meanwhile, I'm waiting. I just need to download the answers. Alamak. Why you are not updating? Okay, so my I also been received. So now currently left only two. There is D and J. Okay, D and J. So I need the D and J. Okay, so now I have this in already. So I have four. Yeah. So now I come back to here. Now let me see. Okay, so I think this is for the J. Oops. Sorry for the background. Okay, so this is actually for my J. This one is for the C, right? All right, so now you notice that I have I, J, oh, where's my B? Okay, hold on. My B is actually missing. My B is C, is A. Okay, where's my B? 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry, I think I missed out one, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So means that I only have my A. Where's my B? This is C. Eh, where's another one? Alamak, it's missing. Eh, am I blind just now? I see someone that already sent me the whole page of A B C D one. Mana dia? Oh, suddenly it missing. Hold on, just give me a couple of minutes. Oh, okay. So same person. Missing the E. Hold on. A B C D. So I'm going to take the B for me. Okay, so seems like there is nobody sending me the D. So I'm going to take the same one. Okay. Okay, so now let's discuss on all these questions. Okay, now we already have all the answers that are available for us. Yep, so at the same time, I'm going to do the third promoting of it. Yeah, so one more reasons that why I love to use start to change my directions into the free form is we can actually copy and paste all the pictures like what you have been seeing. Yeah, it might be a little bit of a lot of works like that, but it's a good way, yeah, to present it. Such like example, I can actually showing you the 3 days that I went to the College Abdillah. Okay, so went to the College Abdillah and then we actually have the discussions. Yeah, so the 3 days. Example like now, you're gonna ask me, hey teachers, during the 3 days, what you have been learned or what you guys have been doing. Yep. So I managed to like combine all the stuff into like this. Yeah, so you can see this is actually what I have been jot down during the 3 days. Yeah, so of course this is my Zoom, the smallest, for you to see what is the ongoing. Yeah, so it's up to you, your own sketch. So you can actually divide it into how many days. So example, like very first, I've been introduced. So means that I just wrote it down what is actually going to be happen during the day 1, day 2, and day 3, not following to any orders. Then only when the event starts, yep, I'm going into the first day. So this is the directions of the first day. Yeah, so you notice that I sign to help myself to remember, hey, this is actually what happened during it. Yeah, so this is also some that story of your senior, no, of your junior, that is actually doing quite well. So I actually doing something like this. So this is a good things about it. Yeah, so this is a part of the reasons why I think of start of using the free form. But of course, it needs to be having an iPad lah. Okay. Now, let's go into our question. Yeah. So example like part A. Now let me see. Am I using the red mark? Okay, red mark. So now example like this question. 4m plus n equal to 2. 8m plus 3n equal to 1. Yeah. So we want to solve it. So looking into this one, you can use either method. So now let's see your friend is actually using what method. So your friend is actually re-express the m. -7. Hold on. I think this is the wrong answers, right? Ding ding. So where does these questions come from? 3n -7. Okay, so you notice that your friends giving me is m equal to 3n -7. Yeah, so I think this is a difference questions. So I consider this is a difference question. Yeah, so if I directly based on this question, you notice that obviously your friends is going to be getting 0 lah. So I'm going to write it as a 0 marks. Okay, because it's already not answering the question. Yeah, because the question is 4m plus n equal to 2 and then 8m plus 3n equal to 1. So currently I don't see that kind of information that is available inside. Yeah, so it gives me some idea saying that, oh, you are salah soalan. So this is what we say, wrong question. Okay, so when it's been labeled as wrong question, memanglah you are going to be getting a 0 over 4. Yeah, so you're going to be getting a 0 over 4. Yeah, so remember that. Right? So you're getting a 0 over 4. So you notice you cannot get any marks. Okay, so now let's do it together. Yeah, now let's do it together. Seems like we don't have the answers. So now we're going to do together. What is the answers for this guy? Yeah. So just allow me to recopy the questions at the side. So that's why we will be able to write it down. Okay, so now I'm gonna do this question. Yeah, for n, for m, sorry, plus with n equal to 2, and then at m plus with 3n is equal to 1. Now, for this one, it's up to you. Yeah, like what I say, it's up to you. You want to use a substitutions or you want to use the elimination. Even for elimination, you obviously you can select m. Yeah, so example like now I'm going to use ed. Okay, so currently I'm going to use elimination. So same thing, I'm going to label equation 1. I'm going to label equation 2. So now for equation 1, I'm going to times 2. Yeah, for equation 1, I'm going to times 2. So now I have 8m plus with 2n equal to 4. Obviously, this is a different equation, so allow me just to write 3. Yeah, just allow me to write 3. So now I have 8m. So very clear, I'm going to use equation 3 minus equation 2. You want to get 2 minus 3 also can. It's up to you. So this is not a big deal. Okay. Now 3n, 8m minus 8m, that's gone already. 3n minus 2n, that is how I get my n. And then 1 minus, the one, it should be, it should be minus, right? Because I get 3 minus 2. So it should be 2n minus 3n. So I'm going to have negative n. And then 4 minus 1. So I'm going to get 3. So now I get my n is equal to negative 3. Yeah. So I have this as my part of the answer. So I already get the answers done. So next thing is that up to you. You want to sub into way. So example like now, I say I sub into 1. The moment that I sub into 1, it will turn into 4m plus with negative 3 equal to 2. So means that my 4m is going to be 5. Oops. Yeah, there's still a lot of upgraded functions for the freeform that I haven't exposed. Yeah, I haven't explored towards it. So you notice that because of my pen, sometimes is that frustrating? Because I haven't know how to use it. So that's the reasons why it will be happen that way. But when you get used of it, not a big deal. Okay, so now I have 4m. Okay, so now my m will become 5/4. So now I have the two answers. Yeah, so I'm using the elimination. And another one, I will be using substitution. Okay, so another one, I will be using substitution. So for substitution, I'm going to say from 1, my n will be equal to 2 minus 4m. Yeah, then I will say at m, right? So at m will still remain plus with 3 multiplied by 2 minus 4m and then equal to 1. So what I'm going to do, obviously, that is I'm going to multiply my 3 to every 1. Yeah, so remember, you need to multiply the 3 to every 1. So now I have 8m plus with 6 minus 12m equal to 1. Okay, so I'm not going to, they can actually help me to solve it. Wow. Okay, so now you notice this one, and then I'm going to do something that is negative 4m, because 8m minus 12m, I'm going to get negative 4m. Now bring over that side, it turns into negative 5. Yeah, 1 minus 6. So now just allow me to change to this one to showing you what I've done. So I bring it over. So it turns into 1 minus 6. Yeah. Next one, my m will become 5/4. Yeah, they are actually the same answer. Yeah. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sub into the n. So my n is equal to 2 minus 4, 5/4. So it's going to be 2 minus 5. So that is how I get my negative 3. Okay, so they are end up with the same answer. Regardless, I'm using the elimination or I'm using the substitution. Okay, now let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I just first of all, I just also expose. To be honest, yeah, only tonight I'm actually using a free form to do the teaching after the early of the year. Yeah, no, last year actually. Yeah, so now like what just now, it actually can show me on solving it, right? So let me press it. Is it going to be able to solve it? Oh no, it's already, I already missed out the chance of solving it already, I think. Okay, never mind. Just allow me to play. Okay, so actually I can actually do this and then I can actually just duplicate it. Yeah, so you notice it's the same thing, then I can bring over. Yeah, so this is also the what we call the one of the guys saying that making a fun saying that, whoa, the students are actually asking him, why teacher, your handwriting looks exactly the same. Are you rewriting at a different time? Actually he just laughed and said that no, we can actually use the button called duplicate. Okay, so that's all for the promoting. Yeah, like any questions so far for your example number 1? Yeah, no question, just give me a thumb up. Yay. Okay, so everyone give me a thumb up. Nice. So now we move on to the question number 2. This one is the question number 2. Okay, so now the question number 2, double check, is that the correct question? Yes, this is actually a correct question. So now let's move on. Now let's see what your friends are doing. Okay, your friend is doing substitution. Yeah, so you notice that your friend is actually doing the substitution express. So very clear, this is actually already 1 mark. Yeah, this is already 1 mark. And then she actually submit in here. So this is another 1 more mark. Yeah, so substitute in. And then find out the final answer. Okay, just allow me just go on directly now without checking the either doing a careless mistake or not. So this is a 4 step that we're actually looking forward. Yeah, so the 4 tick is referring to the 4 marks. Now only we go back. Is that really? Because now I don't have the answer scheme. So I really don't know either the answer is actually correct or not. So now let me check. So it's going to be sub in 6 minus 2x 3. So 18 minus 6 plus -4 -2. Okay, the y is correct. So 1. Okay, so correct. Yeah. So congratulations to your friend. She managed to get 4 over 4. Yeah. So she managed to get 4 over 4. Okay. Is there anyone getting the same answer? If yes, thumb up. Yay! Congratulations, everyone. Yeah, so everyone get the correct answer. Okay, next one. Now let's go to the C. Yeah, so 3x plus 2. Okay, yep. So now you notice that this is exactly the same questions that we have here. Okay, so now what your friend's doing is, I believe that she will be using the elimination. Okay, so I believe that your friends here will be using the elimination. Okay, so what she did is, first step, multiply by 2. Yeah, multiply by 2. So when she multiply by 2, she will be getting a new equation with this one, -2x plus with 6y, sorry, then equal to -4. Then she actually do the minus, do the plus, because satu positive, satu negative, right? One is positive, one is negative. Yeah, so here they plus, so get 0. So this one get y. Yeah, so this is the first mark. Okay, so this one is the first mark, and then substitute into it. Okay, so this one substitution is another 1 more mark, and then final answer 1 mark. 1, 2, 3. Oh, because of this one. So here, using the elimination, so this one is the first mark. Okay, so for this question, spatial a little bit, because this question directly you get y equal to 2. So cannot be that single step directly you get 2 marks. So it will be need other step that show that you are actually using elimination. So how to show? Only the above step showing you that you are using elimination. Okay, so that's the reasons why the step above is actually giving you 1 mark, the first mark. Then the y answer, 1 mark, and then substitute in for 1 mark, and then get your x as 1 mark. So this is the 4 marks in total. So let me check. Y equal to 2. Okay. Okay, yep. So this one also giving your friends as 4 over 4. Yeah, so we have 4 over 4. Okay. Now, any questions for your, sorry, are you getting the same answer for part C? If yes, thumb up. Yeah, congratulations. Okay, so next one, let's go. Ooh, seeing your friends have been deal with fraction. Yes. Okay, so the questions that deal with fraction is a questions that is a tougher. Yeah, so we call it as a slightly tougher. Yeah, so I call it as a slightly tougher. Yeah, because you need to deal with fraction. To be honest, if you personally ask me, what kind of questions? How do you choose whenever that you want to select for expression? I will telling you that I will try to run away from two things. Yeah, so I will try to run away from two things. What is that two things? The two things is I try to avoid negative number. Right? I try to avoid negative number. So there's the first step. There's the first one. Second one is I will try to avoid from fraction. Yeah, I will try to avoid from fraction. Yeah. Oops. Why I noticed that my system is unstable. Oops, it doesn't telling me anything. Okay, fine. So it means that it may be a previous one. Okay, like if you guys hear that my voice is the putus, yeah, or it talks like a robot, please let me know. Okay, please let me know. Then I will be slowing down. Okay, so that's one. Okay, so now next one. Okay, next go on. Now we are going into D. Yeah, so first thing I need to check lah. So either the question is actually correct. Yes, the question is actually correct. So I can actually go further on. Okay, that is, oh, this is 10. Yeah, it looks like 16 for me. Okay, so that is 10. Now, let's see. Your friends also going to be using substitution. Yeah, so you notice that your friend is actually using substitution. Okay, so phi 4 pi, 4p, yeah, minus 5. Okay, bring over. Okay, so this one is something that is correct. Bring over plus 5. And then divide by 4. Yes, this is nothing wrong. However, there is still no marks because this one got marks already. This is the expression. So 1 mark. And then sub in. Yeah, sub in into the second one. Let's see, double. Oh, okay, your friends are multiplied in. Fine, there is no issue with that one. Okay, and then minus 2q. Yep. And then times 4. Okay, now this is a problem already. This one. Why suddenly become plus? The original is negative. Yeah, the original is negative, but why suddenly it turns into plus? Yeah, so this is actually a error, right? This is, you notice that is error because by right, these steps to these steps is actually multiplied by 4. Yeah, so we actually just multiply by 4. Yeah, so we just times 4. The moment that we times 4, everyone times 4 lah. So the front part, yeah, so this is what we consider as the front part. So the front part we multiply by 4. Then we're going to be getting the same value. Yes, this is actually correct. Nothing wrong with it. Now, negative 2q, you should be getting a positive, you should be getting a negative 8q. Yeah, this one is correct. Nothing wrong with it. Yeah, so this one is the careless mistake lah. Yeah, so the plus is actually the careless mistakes. So this one is normal 18. Okay, so if by right, it should be only left 2. Now 24 plus 2. Yeah, so this one. Okay, so you notice that it should be only left 2q equal to negative 4. Yeah, negative 4. So means that my q is actually equal to negative 2 lah. Yeah, so my q should be equal to negative 2. Yeah, so I noticed that most of you are actually sent in the answers already. Yeah. Yeah. Or maybe it's because of my internet lagging. You are only now only coming in. Yeah. Okay, so it should be getting a q equal to negative 2. Then only we sub into the p. So the p is equal to negative 10 plus with 5 multiplied by negative 2 and then divide by 4. Okay, so when you press into the calculator, so this one is negative 20 divided by 4. So this is going to give us negative 5. Okay, now are you getting, am my answer similar to yours? there is Q equal to -2 and the P is equal to -5. Yeah, is that my answer similar with yours for the others? Okay, only one. Alamak. Yeah, only two. Alamak. I'm crying. Only two. Alamak, only two is same answer. How about the others? If you have the same answer, just give me a thumb up. Huh? Michael also don't have a alamak. Okay, thank you, Jaden. Sekaligus Jaden press 4 times. Okay, so give you the happiness. Okay, so how about the others? No reply one. Oh, one more people is crying. I don't know who is that. Winky Onky. Dia also. Yeah, so this question is difficult because of the fraction. Yeah, this question is difficult because of the fraction. So usually, like what just now I'm telling you, right? Because I will try to avoid from negative or fraction. So example like this question, can we run away from it? Yeah, for this question, can we run away from it? Yeah, you look into it. Yeah, can we run away from it? I give you 3 seconds to think. Okay, that's 3 seconds. To be honest, we can. Yeah, so to be honest, I can actually run away from giving you the what we call fraction. Yeah, when I want to use a substitution. Yeah, example like, of course, I don't need to telling you eliminations because elimination, obviously we are not going to deal with fractions at all. But how about substitution? Can we run away? Can. Example like from your number 2. Do you see the relationship 2, 2, and 6? Yeah, 2, 2, and 6. So telling you we can divide by 2 for everybody. Yeah, so the equation number 2, now I'm going to divide by 2. The moment that I divide by 2, I only left P minus Q equal -3. Dun, 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 right? I only have P minus Q equal to -3. Then my P will be equal to Q minus 3. So this is my new equation. Then what I'm going to do, I can sub it into the first equation. So now I have 4. Sub it with Q minus 3. And then minus 5Q equal to -10. Yeah, so now I have 4Q minus 12 and then minus 5Q equal to -10. Yeah, so this one giving me a -Q equal to, I bring over, so it becomes equal to 2. So means my Q equal to -2. Check. Yeah, so this is correct, right? So just want to showing you the steps. What I'm done, I bring the -12 over that side. Yeah, and then I settle between the 4 with the -5, so I get the -Q. Yeah, just now I noticed that someone is actually thinking, saying that, is it really this question challenging? Yeah, it will depend on you. Some people will be like me. Yeah, I'm giving you the example like me. I'm actually quite careless. Okay, so example like for me, myself, I'm quite careless. Directly telling you, I'm quite careless. So the person's careless like me, when you are dealing with fraction, it will be a trouble. Yeah, usually you forgot to multiply and do all these things. Yeah, so there is a part. So there's the reasons why just like I'm telling you, I will try to run away from fraction. I will try my best to think any solution. Yeah, can I do integer? Yeah, so there's the reasons for me. I also learn about elimination. So usually I love to use is elimination. Directly telling you. Yeah, for me I love to use elimination rather than substitution. Okay, but there's no limit for you. Don't be thinking saying that, oh, my teacher says elimination better. No, it's for you. If you think substitution, you are more comfortable, you are more confident with it, go ahead, no issue, just go ahead. No problem with that one. Okay, so that's all for the this question. Oops, I think that I only done halfway, right? Yeah, I only done until Q. Yes, I think the manage I can get my Q equal to -2. Then to get my P is very, very high possibility. So my P will be equal to -5. Yeah, double check. Is that correct? Yes. Yeah. So you notice my P is exactly equivalent to -5. Hold on. Just change this one. Yeah, because I'm using 150%. Yeah. So it will be giving me a very hard time to check the numbers. Okay. So next one, let's go to the I. Yeah, let's go to the I. So for your I, we have what? We have 3G plus with 4H equal to 12, and then 5G plus with 8H equal to 19. Okay, let's see what your friends are going to do. So your friends are using the first equation times 2. So I believe that your friends is telling me that this is equation 1. This is equation 2. So 1 times 2. So that is how we get 6G plus 8H equal to 24. The moment that you telling me times 2, I know that you're going to use the eliminations already lah. Yeah, so this question, you notice that your friend is going to use elimination. So 3 minus 2, equation 3 minus equation 2. So 6G minus 5G, so we only left 1G. Yeah, so you see that your friends are writing as 1G. Nothing wrong with it, but obviously we understand for 1G, we just write G lah. So we just write G lah. And then for 8H plus minus 8H, so it's meaning gone already. 24 minus 19. Yeah, 24 minus 19, so get 5. So this one to telling you that is this one. So this action itself already give you 1 mark. The final answer, G equal to 5, there is another 1 more mark. Sub the G equal to 5 into equation number 1. So there is a 3G and 4H. Yep, so it's actually sub into the correct one. So this is actually another 1 more mark. And finally, get the final answer. Let's see, 15. Okay, so your friend changed to decimal, fine. Fine, because one of it is integer, another one is decimal, is fine. Yeah, it's no issue with it. Yeah, except that one is fraction, one is decimal. Itu tak boleh. Okay, when you want to maintain as fraction, everything is in fraction if both answers are in fraction. Okay, example like my one just now, right? Okay, example like here when I'm showing you my answer here. So you notice that one more thing, right? You notice what? You notice that I keep it as in fraction, 11/3 and then 1/3. Yeah, so I don't change 1 to decimal and 1 maintain as in fraction. No. Yeah, so we will keep keep all of them in one form only. Either you change into fraction, yeah, or if not, you just maintain it is in the decimal. Yeah, so it's up to you. Okay, so now you notice that this is another one more thing that you need to be extremely be careful. Okay, so we're already done until the I. Yeah, so the I. Okay, so now 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, your friend's also going to get 4/4. Yeah, so far I believe that everyone get it correct, right? Now let's go to the last one. Yeah, now let's go to the last one. Yay, thank you for your thumb ups. Yeah, I'm so happy. I can see your love. Yeah, I give you guys this love. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah. Okay, so now let's go to the last one before we close the chapter for this one, and then we will go into the next one. Okay, so this one is 3k plus m, so double check. Yep, the equation is actually correct. 6n minus 5m equal to 18. Okay, now let's go forward. So now looking into, wow, very clear. Your friend is already using expression, so means using substitution. Okay, substitution. Yep. So the moment that see this expression, we can get 1 mark already. Sub it in, so you get your 1 mark. Yeah, the moment you sub it in, so we can get the 1 more mark. Now let's see, we sub the correct one. Yep, yeah, 6K, then you have 21, 18, 28. Yep, so you notice that your K is 4/3. So this one is a third marks. Then lastly, sub into the formula of your M. That is your 2 minus 3K. So, okay, this one is also correct. Yeah, so down is 4/4. Okay, do I like checking? Does your friend correct answer, or your friend's answer similar to yours, or yours similar to your friends? Okay, so thank you. Yeah, so everyone getting the correct answer. Nice. Yeah, lovely. Okay, thank you. So I think that's all for your this particular chapter, because we only have 6 questions, yeah, following to the versions of this. Like what I say, you're going to be seeing in your paper 1, but of course, like this one, see in your paper 1. Okay, then not only and of course something that is out, yeah, that is what we already share during the early in the morning. Yeah, so and remember, there is one more versions of question beside than the current one. There is they're giving you the function. Okay, they're giving you the function. Example like now, I'm going to give you the function. So now they say given fx equal to 3x squared plus with 4x minus 5, example. Yeah, and then they're giving you the table. Okay, of course the table is using ruler lah. Currently I want to be done it fast, so that's why I don't give you the ruler. No, Jaden, is that your line is not stable? I notice that you in out in out. Okay, so usually the question will be like this. Yeah, they're giving you fx equal to 3x squared plus 4x minus 5. Yeah, and then they will give you a table like this. And this particular question got part 1. The 1A is actually ask you to complete the table. So this one is already 2 marks. Yeah, so what you're going to do, you are going to type into the calculator, right, to get your answer. Yeah, so to get your answer. Example like how to get your calculator. Just allow me to open my calculator lah. Where is my calculator? Okay, so now example like here, this particular question. So we are going to be typing into the calculator. So what are we going to do? We are going to substitute. Yeah, this is my x. I'm going to substitute into my x. Okay, I'm going to substitute into my x. Yeah, so now just from your calculator, we're going to type 3 because it got 3, and then open the bracket because this is negative 2, close the bracket. Yeah, seems like it's a power 2, so you're going to be power 2, and then plus with 4 multiply with the bracket negative 2, close it, and then minus 5. Yeah, so you notice the answers give me is negative 1. Yep, so I'm going to write the negative 1 into here. Yeah, so now I have my first answer, that is negative 1. Then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to change to negative 1. For us using scientific calculator, no need for you to retype again. Yeah, so no need for you to retype. Yeah, so you just change the value and then press equal. Then you notice it turns into negative 6. For 0, no need lah. So we understand that this one is a negative 5. Then for 1, okay, so now we get 2. For 2, okay, So you notice it's actually getting 15. Yeah. So the moment that you can fill in all these value correctly, so means that this is correct, this is correct, this is correct, this is correct, this is correct. Congrats, you get your 2 marks. Okay. Okay, yeah, so for both of you, your internet line is not good, no worry. So those are actually having an internet issue, yeah, no worry, yeah, because I'm doing the recording. So after I get the recording from the Google Meet, I will upload, yeah, so I will be upload into the YouTube, so you can actually watch from the YouTube, yeah. So for the part that you are actually confused or because of lagging and so on and so forth, yeah, no worry, yeah. So that one is good things about it. Yeah. Now, after you sub in all this value, congrats, you already have the 2 marks. Yeah. So now, usually for paper 2, it's not only consists of this question. So the part B, they will be asked you to plot the graph. Okay, so part 2, this is will be a plot the graph, and we'll be giving you a total of 3 marks. Yeah. So how to plot this graph? Usually they will have the boxes. Okay, they will provide you the graph boxes lah, so it will not be ugly like what I having it now. Okay, one more thing extra that you will be provided is the taxi. Yeah, your x-axis and also your y-axis. So let's see, 15. Huh? I have 15, 10, 5, 0, 5. Okay, yeah. Okay, so this one is your Paxi X. Yeah, so this is actually my Paxi X. And then where is my Paxi Y? -2, -1. So this one is up to us lah, where you actually located. Yeah, so this is actually my Y. Yeah, so usually they will provide you all this information. So we will know this is actually 5. Then this is will be 10. Then this is actually 15. This is actually your -5. And this is will be your -10. This one is your 1, 2, 3. This one is your -1, -2, -3. Yeah, so they will provide you the paxi like that. Yeah, all your axes is actually been labeled. Okay, so next one. How do you get your marks? Okay, very simple. The 2 marks will goes for the correct coordinate. What do you mean by correct coordinate? Example like here, the first set, -2, -1. Yeah, -2, -1. Yeah, so -2, -1. So I presume it will be located around here lah. Yeah, and then -1, -6, -1. Oops. Okay, -1, -6. So it will be estimating around here. And then 0 will go into the back to the 5. And then 1 will be 2. So I will presume agak-agak around here. For 2 is actually 15. So I go up. The moment that you get all these points correctly plot, congrats, you already have 2 marks. Yeah, so as long as it's correctly plot, it will be 2 marks already. Then how about the last mark? Because this is 3 marks, right? Yeah, so where is the last mark? Last mark is that you can connect all these lines perfectly done. Okay, so you connect it perfectly done like that. Yeah, so this is going to give you the 3rd mark. Okay, so this one, we understand that 2M is for the plot dots. Okay, and then 1 mark is for your curve line. Okay, your curve line. Yeah, so this one is going to give you a total of 5 marks. So this is a version of question for your paper 2. Yeah, so this is the version of question for your paper 2. Now, be ready. You are not necessarily being only given as a quadratic. You can be given for power 3. Yeah, so remember that. So not necessary that you have been given for power 2 only. Yeah, so not necessary. It can be for power 3. Yeah, so it can be for power 3. Yeah, so be careful with that one. Okay, so far, do you guys have any question? I think that is the last part for me for these chapters. Yeah, so we don't have any more for these chapters. Right? Any questions? Yeah, wondering. Only Michael? Yeah, Itana? Okay. Jungjet, 3. Larry, 4. Yeah, I think one more is missing. Yeah, I can't before I manage to see the name, it already is missing. Yeah. Okay. So if you guys have no questions, then we will be done for this particular chapter. So allow me just to throw away my calculator lah. Okay. So now we already have this. Next one. Next one. Okay, next chapters we are going in. Yeah. So the next chapters that we're going in obviously is for our inequality. Yeah. So for the inequality. Okay, next one we go into inequality. So for inequality bab, okay, I think maximally we only can see one questions. Yeah, okay, for your paper one. Okay, for paper one, I only can see so far from analysis is actually one questions only. Yeah, so if you get 2, you are lucky. You get more means that you are lucky lah. If you know well about this chapter. Okay, second things that is your paper 2. Paper 2, it can be happen in bahagian A, it can be happen in bahagian B. If I not wrongly remember, 2021, it happened in bahagian B. 2022, 2023, yeah, 23 and 22 and 23, these 2 years, it actually happened in bahagian A. 24, I'm not sure. Yeah, so sorry, I haven't seen the questions yet. So I'm not daring to telling you saying that it has or it have no have. Yeah? So I don't dare to telling you anything. Yeah, but so far based on 2021, 2022, and 2023, only 2021 is full question, means that it's in bahagian B. 22, 23 is in bahagian A. 4 marks, bahagian A. So if it's only 4 marks, then the questions will be something that like this law. Okay, something like this. Yeah, so they're giving you something like this. Then they ask you to write down the inequality. Yeah, to write out for the inequality. Yeah, so you will need to know when they're showing you as a dotted line, when they're showing you as a full line. Yeah, so what does it mean? Okay, what does it mean? Okay, very easy. Usually for your inequality sign, we only have 4 sign, right? 4 only, right? There is this 4. Yeah, less than, equal, greater than, equal, less than or equal. Less than or more than. Yeah, so we only have 4. Yeah, we only have these 4 sign together. Yeah? So this is the first one, second one, third one, and the fourth one. Okay. So now if you're having an equal sign, yeah, so if they're having an equal sign, we are going to use a solid line. Yeah, garisan padu. Yeah, so it's not a dot line. Yeah, or what we call as a dashed line. Yeah. Now, if there is no equal sign, okay, example like these two, we are going to use the dash line, or I love to call it as a dotted line. By right, it should be a dash, 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 dash. So it's not called as a dotted line. Okay, so this is how we're going to be differentiate inside the graph. Okay, inside the graph. So example like now we go into the graph. Now looking into this question, very clear already. It's a dash line. So I already know it have no equal sign. It only can be greater or less than. Yeah, so remember that. How to determine either is greater or is a less than? We just going to see where is the shaded region. Yeah, so where is the shaded region? Yeah, so now come to this part. Now let's talk about this guy. This one is showing you the shaded region. Yeah, so example like now for this question, if your shaded region is on top of your line, yeah, your line is y equal to a. Yeah, you notice that. So if your shaded region is on top of your line, we understand it will be your y will be greater. Okay, your y will be greater. Why? Very simple. Example like now. your y equal to a. Your a assuming is a negative 1. Yeah, we assume it's a negative 1. So now, on top of your y, yeah, on top of your y, they are 0, 1, 2, 3. They are all greater. Yeah, they are all greater. Yeah, they will be always showing you the value. Yeah. Now, how about the value that is beneath? The value that is beneath obviously will be smaller. Yeah, so we will understand saying that it will be smaller. Yeah? So this one, if this line, those line, yeah, that you are referring to, they are all parallel to your x. Yeah, you notice that, right? Parallel to your x. Yeah, contoh y equal to 4 loh. Yeah, y equal to 4 loh. Yeah. So y equal to negative half loh. So all this is going to be parallel to your x. Okay. Now, how about a line that is parallel to your y? Example like this guy. Okay, so this one, x equal to a. This line is what we call as parallel to your y. Yeah, parallel to your y. Now, parallel to your y, same thing lah. Looking at your Gary's number, right? Your number line. Anything that is on the left, yeah, anything that is on the left of your 0 is the negative. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, yeah. So those numbers are smaller. Yeah, those numbers are smaller. So if your shaded region is on the left, you notice it becomes smaller. Yeah, so you notice the sign become smaller. If your shaded region is on the right, then you will notice that the sign is greater. Yeah, so the sign will be greater. Yeah, so it's very easy. Left side, smaller. Right side, greater. Okay? Right? Any questions so far? If no, just give me a thumb up. Yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, well, I'm really an excellent teacher. Yeah, managed to explain 100%. Yeah? Okay, now that's all. Yeah, so that's all. This one is very straightforward. Yeah, because it's parallel to your x, parallel to your y. But the most concern is Bangkok punya. Yeah, the banded one. Example like this one. Yeah, example like this one. This one is banded, right? So for those are actually band like that, it's not parallel to your x, it's not parallel to your y. Then how do I going to write? Okay, how am I going to write? Very simple. We just look into your y. Don't talk about your x. Yeah, don't talk about your x anymore. Yeah, so we just talk about your y. Look into your y sahaya. If the shaded region is on the top of the line, then your y should be greater. Your positive y, we talk about your positive y. Your y should be greater. Okay? So example like this one, I will know y tolak x greater than 1. Okay? Because the shaded region is on top of the line. Yeah, it's on top of the line. Yeah. So when it's actually on top of the line, it means your y must be greater. Positive y must be greater. Yeah. So you notice that it becomes this. Now, how about this region? This region is a negative. So it means why I know it's negative? Because it's below the line. Yeah, below the line. So when it becomes below the line, then your y should become smaller. So y minus x will be smaller than 1. Okay, that's all. So you will need to look into your y. So for those actually got x and y mixed together punya equation, yeah. So you will need to look into only your y. Yeah, we talk about your y only. If your shaded is on top, your y must be greater. Yeah, your y must be greater. Yeah, your y must be greater. I repeat, your y must be greater. Not negative y. Is your y must be greater. Okay. So if you have a negative, change it into y first. Yeah, then baru you telling me the value of it. Yeah, so remember that that is how we will be dealing with the value. Okay. If the region is below the line, then obviously your y is smaller. Okay, your y is smaller. Like, any questions before we go on? No, okay. No, then this one. Yeah. So now these two questions. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 here. Okay, now you just send me your answer. Yeah, everyone, send me your answer. Right, send me your answer into the WhatsApp. Okay. Okay, so I'm waiting for you to send the answer. Right, still waiting for your answer. Okay, so I received some of your photo already. Nice. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm looking into. Oh yeah, sorry. Checking email for my. Okay. Saya tak nampak nama saya. Macam mana saya nak pergi? Okay, never mind. That one I look into it later. Okay, face to face. Okay, right. So I noticed that you guys already sent me the photo. Congrats. Now let's into the answers. Yeah, my data belum download lagi. Okay, so yeah, I can see some of the value here. Okay, now looking into it, so you notice that your friends have been writing for me y less than negative 2x minus 2. Okay, and then this one is x less than 0. And then for this one is y x plus 3. And then this one is y greater than 2. Yeah, so this is the things that you guys giving me. Yeah, so I focus on one few questions answer here. Okay, nice. So you notice that there is no issue. Yeah, why? Very simple. Either you have the equal sign or you don't have the equal sign, will depend on the line. This is a solid line, so it has equal. This one is a dashed line. Yeah, you call it as a dashed line. Yeah, so it will be no equal sign. Yeah, so this is how we evaluating the things. Yeah, so this one is we evaluating the things. So this one is a dashed line. Okay, this is a trouble. Okay, this is a trouble. Now it's because it's touching at the y-axis. Okay, it's actually touching at your y-axis. Dash line or full line? Dash line or full line? Right? You think for a while, and then you telling me this one is a dash line or it actually a full line. Okay, 30 seconds. Okay, time's up. Okay, so now this is a dash line or is actually a dotted line. Okay, for those are thinking there is a dash line, give me thumb up. Yeah, so this is a dash line. Yeah, for someone that think it's a full line, you give me a thumb down. Okay, start now. Yeah, tell me is a thumb up or is actually a thumb down. Okay, nice. By right, you should know this is a full line. It cannot be a dash line. Yeah? So if it's a full line, then this one should be equal sign. Yeah, so this one will be the equal sign. Yeah, so it shouldn't be full line. Okay, now anyone seen before there is a dotted line one? Yeah, the boxy, your x-axis, your y-axis is actually a dotted line one. You guys see before? If you already see, give me thumb up, so I don't need to show you. But if you are not yet seen, you give me a thumb down. Yeah, so I will showing you a contoh soalan whereby you can see the dashed line is actually at your x-axis. How to differentiate it? Okay, never before, Okay, never before. I'm going to show you. Do I have my, oh, don't have. Okay, so this is not the maths subjects lah. This is maths. We just want to see the contour graph where they are actually a dotted line. Okay, so this one is actually the x-axis and y-axis, which is with dotted line. Yeah, so you can see it's very clear. Yeah, so you notice it's very clear. This is actually been labeled as x-axis. Yeah, but it actually is a dotted line. Dot, 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 yeah, and then this one is actually your y-axis. If you notice that, yeah, so you can see this is actually the y-axis, but it actually been labeled as a dotted line. Dot, 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 dot. So this is how we will be able to differentiating, yeah, between a full solid or dotted line. Yes. So I noticed that some of you, one of your friends are actually showing. Huh? Yes. To be honest, when we see these questions last year, we also been cheated. We teacher also been cheated. Okay. So it's not surprise if you're telling me saying that, "Walao like that also can." Yes. This is really walao It's really can also can. So now you already can be exposed what it means by dotted line on your x-axis and y-axis. Very clear. They are really using a dotted line. Yeah. So very seldom, to be directly telling you, very, very rare we see a questions with this kind of dotted line. But it has been happened. Yeah, it already been happen in the SPM, but of course not in your maths paper, but so far it's actually in at maths paper. So if it can be happen in maths paper, can it be happen in maths paper? Can, because they are same level. Okay, they are same level. Actually, this question also the same as your current question one. If you notice this one, yeah. So they're also giving you something like that. Yeah, then you need to find the formation. Yeah, only for MS is oh no, sorry, similar. That day when you're having the exam, you're also having a same bentuk soalan, right? You notice that it's the same questions, right? Not same question, same format of question. Okay, not same question, but it's the same format of question. They're telling you a scenario, blah 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 blah. Then they will give you a 3 constraints. So for MS, it's actually tougher because it can be only giving you a table like that. So from here, you need to extract into 3 different constraints of your inequality. Okay, so from here, you will need to build. For mathematics, like what my Sifu, Puan Chai been giving you is in the full sentence, blah, 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 blah. So you can extract from that one and then put into inequality. So if you compare with the table form and the statement form, I will telling you saying that statement is easier. Yeah, statement is actually easier. Not much easier, but it's actually just easier. Yeah. So that is a roughly questions that we can showing you. So the questions that I just now showing you for the MS paper or the past exam that you are having, yes, it actually is a 9 marks because that one is considered as a PBL question, problem-based learning or solving type of question. So it will belong to the 9 marks, which you have more marks inside there. For 4 marks, it will be something like this only. Yeah, for 4 marks, it will be something like this, or more accurately, is something that look exactly like the last, consider very last question that we have. Yeah. Okay, example like here, this was 2A, 2B, and the question number 4. So example like here. Now let's do this question. It seems like we already been 11:43. So the other questions I'm going to skip. I'm going to combine all the techniques into these 3 particular questions. Okay, so first of all, they're already giving us the 3 inequality. 3 inequality. So you have 1 here, you have 2 here, and you have 3 here. Okay, now following to your syllabus, following to your syllabus, you need to form table, right? Am I right? Last year when Miss Grady's teaching you, did she actually ask you to form a table? Yeah, by the way, still remember? Why suddenly become silent one? Ding dong. I'm wondering. Okay, so you give me thumb up means that yes, Miss Grady's have been teaching you the technique that is using the what we call table form. Yeah. But now for me, I'm lazy. I'm going to teach you the intercept form. What I'm writing. Okay, I'm going to use the intercept form. So what does it mean by intercept form? Very simple, huh? Y equal to what when x equal to 0? Another one is x equal to what when y is equal to 0? Yeah, so very simple. Yeah. So example like now, I'm going to focus. Okay, first of all, I need to draw my line first, right? So where is my ruler? First time that I'm using my ruler. Okay, so now I'm going to draw. Yeah. So where is my ruler? Okay, so this one is my line. Okay lah, I'm going to put it like this. Hopefully that is correct lah. Okay, so now I'm going to be, so you notice this is already been penalized. So be careful. Why does this line have been penalized? Like guys, telling me why if I in exam, okay, in the real exam, I have been penalized. Why? Right, type into your chat room why I have been penalized. Yeah, I make bigger for you to see. Why I have been penalized. Hey, no answer me. Come on lah, give me answer lah. Don't be lazy lah, give me answer lah. Why my line is thinking? Okay. Cannot see the line? Oh no. Good try. Good try. Anyone? Only Dia thinking saying that? Come on, Itana? Jennifer? Michael? Jaden? And who else? Some of you not using the real name. I can't. Chelsea? Right. Adriana? Wionki? Is that how to pronounce your name? Winkwonk. Yeah, Winky or Wionki. Larry? And then Jin Xiao? Yeah. So all these 奇怪怪的名字。Okay, 来。I need the answers. No answer me. Now, no answer. I give you the hints, lor. Do you notice saying that you see a double line? For my X. Do you notice it's actually double line? Compared to my Y, I only can see single line, which caused it Dia to say that cannot see my line. Do you notice that? Yeah, guys, do you notice that? Notice, right? Okay, if you notice, congrats. If you don't notice, I enlarge it for you. No. Okay, so this is what we call as double line. So for double line, it will be penalty. Yeah, so it will be penalty. Yeah, so means that you don't use heart to draw. Yeah? In Chinese, 你没有用心画啦, so you don't use hard to draw. Yeah? So remember saying that it needs to be exactly perfect as my y. Yeah? So of course, this is a digital. Yeah? So we are not get used of drawing on the digital. Yeah, because we don't feel the solidity of it. So there's a reasons why sometimes and most of the time it will run off. Okay, but make sure when you are in exam, make sure saying that the line is actually tapped together. You don't see double line. Okay. Okay. Now the next one. Yeah. So now I have the first one that is negative 2. Negative 2x plus with y equal to negative 4. Change the inequality to become equal. Next one is when x equal to 0. When you say x equal to 0, you notice that my y is negative 4. Another one is when my y equal to 0, you will notice that my x is equal to 2. Correct? Is this value correct? Checking. Is this value correct, guys? Yeah, Jin Xiao. Thank you, Jin Xiao. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Idana. So 2 is more than enough lah. So you guys can see already, can check me the correct one. Fine. So now I'm going to do for the next one. So now I'm going to consider 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me see. X6. Okay. So I will need to consider one quota is 2 unit lah. Okay, so for my x and my y scale, it can be different. Yeah, so remember my x scale and my y scale, it can actually be different. Yeah, so now looking into my x and my y, yeah, so now I can actually say this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. This is negative 1, this is negative 2, and this is negative 3. Alamak. So I need the negative 4 to be honest to you. Yeah, so never mind lah. So I just extend to the negative 4 here. Okay, so now I extend this one. So I already predicted wrongly. Yeah, so never mind. So now example like now, x equal to 0, y equal to negative 4. So this is the point. Okay, and then x equal to when y equal to 0, x equal to 2. So it's actually this point. So now you just need to use your ruler. Alamak, my ruler gone again. Yeah, so now I just need to use my ruler. Connect the 2 points. Yeah, so I just need to use my ruler to connect these 2 points. Okay, so I just need to connect these 2 points. Okay, so now I have been connecting it. Yeah, so this one is my negative 2x plus y equal to negative 4. Yeah, so this is my first line. Yeah, so this is how I can draw my line without preparing the table. Yeah, this is another method for you. Seems like you guys are being pushed forward for the A minus and above group. So I can actually teach you this method. Yeah, but however, up to you. If you're thinking saying that leceh lah, I prefer to use the table one. Go ahead. No issue with that one. Yeah. So only my option is I teach you another shortcut. So you notice that you don't need to prepare a very detailed table, and then you need to like press a lot of answer. But actually, if you notice carefully, you can actually prepare the table also. But you prepare the 0, 0 lah, 0x and also 0y. That's more than enough. Okay. So this one is for the first set. Now we go to the second set. The second set is x minus y equal to 2. Same thing, when my x equal to 0, so you notice that my y is equal to negative 2. Yeah, and then when your y is 0, you notice that my x is equal to 2. So y is negative 2, 1 is 2. So where is my negative 2? My negative 2 is here. Okay, y equal to negative 2, x equal to 0. So next one, I need my what we call my ruler. Yeah, so remember your ruler is super duper important. Why my ruler is not moving? Okay, yeah, so now I can actually sketch it. Okay, so I have this line. Yeah, so this line I'm going to call it as label it. So now I have x minus y equal to 2. Yeah, so I have already labeled it. Yeah, so I have these two. Okay, next one. Next one is what? Next one is your y plus, okay, x, not y, x plus 2y, and then less or equal to 6. Yeah, oops, sorry. So I shouldn't use the inequality sign, right? I should be using equal 6. All right, equal 6. So same thing, when x equal to 0, x equal to 0, y is equal to 3. When y equal to 0, my x is equal to 6. So 1 is 6, 0, located here. And another one, x0, y is 3. So it's actually here. So now I just need my ruler. Okay. Oops. Lari a little bit. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to draw a line. Okay, so now I done. Yeah. So I'm gonna have x plus 2y equals 6. Yeah. So now it's my turn to do the consideration. Yeah. So now it's my turn to do the consideration. Yeah. So the first line. The first line is what? The first line is so remember how to determine the area. You just need the y and also the inequality. Okay, so the line, again, you just need to identify is actually the y and also the inequality. Yeah, the y and also the inequality. So the first one is y and the inequality. How do we read it? Always read from the y direction. Yeah, so we read it as y smaller. Yeah, so we read it as a y smaller. So we read is only y smaller. So it's telling me saying that it needs to be below the line. Yeah, so the region of my shaded region, it should be below the line. So below the line, it will be here, lor. Okay, so this part is the below the line, right? So this is the part that below the line. Yeah, so far this is from our first identification. Yeah, so this one is the first one. Second one, also the same. We need to the y. Oh, this one, be careful. Why be careful? Because if you notice carefully, it's not y, it's negative y, right? So for me, I will need to change it. So I have x less than 2 plus y. Okay, so I will be reading less than y. Yeah, less than y. Yeah, my y, when I read from the y direction, I will read it as y smaller. Yeah, y smaller. Again, it needs to be at the bottom. Yeah, it needs to be bawah, region bawah. So this one is the second one. Where is my second one? So second one is this one, right? Oh. Okay, so the first one. Okay, then this is the second one. Okay, so bottom. So telling me saying that this region no more lah. Okay, so these regions no more. Yeah, so because of the thing, so now these regions no more. Okay, so the third one will be the Yeah, the third one would be this one. So again, I'm going to read it from this direction. The 2y or what y, I don't care. It must be a positive y. That's all. Yeah. So I'm also going to read it from y direction. Again, we read it as y smaller. Okay, so we read it as a y smaller. So seems like that one, then you will notice saying that it's going to be this region's normal. Okay, so you notice that these regions normal. So you only left is the regions that we, yeah, so you notice this is only the regions that we have. Yeah, so this is going to be the satisfying region. Yeah, so for me, for maths no need lah. Okay, but just my habit because of my teaching maths, I love to put the R. Okay, as a shaded region. Okay, okay, right. Any questions? No questions, ah? Wow. Okay. If no questions, I will telling you saying that I cannot get full marks. Can you tell me why? I'm crying. No full marks me. Yes. Yeah, my expression now is like Jaden. Huh? No full marks? Why? Why have no full marks? Why? Tell me. Think for a while. Why? Huh? Why I cannot get full marks? Yeah, why? Why I cannot get full marks? Yeah, what happened? Yeah, what happened? Yeah, why I gonna get full marks? Yes, correct. Yeah, so that's the reasons why I ignore you, Jin Xiao. It's not because I don't read your message. Yes, because it should be a dotted line. Yeah, it shouldn't be a full line. Out of the three inequality, only one is actually full line. Yeah, only one that is actually full line. Yeah, so there is only this one is the full line. Okay, only this one is actually full line because they have less than or equal to. Yeah? The other two, it must be a dotted line. Okay, the other two, it must be a dotted line. Yeah, because of the inequality have no equal sign. Yeah, so what I did here, I really wrong. Even though everything is correct. Yeah, even though everything is correct. Yeah, you notice that whatever that I do, everything is a perfect. My shaded region I identify is also correct, but it's just because of I'm not using the dotted line. Okay, so so I noticed that already. Michael is already like I thought that you want to texting, Michael. Yeah, same with you, like with Jaden. Yeah, you need to texting, right? Before you sleep. Okay, so that's all. Yeah, so hopefully that what we share tonight it can help you. Yeah, so we can actually trying to do the questions. Yeah, and then you just submit to me lah. Either you want to do the online versions and then submit to me, or you want to print out and then submit to me during the school time. Also can. No worry. I accept both methods. Okay, so that's all from me tonight. So see you guys in school on the coming weeks. Bye bye.
老师，
Yep.
一大大讲的不够，
他
到2点不是咩？
是哦，一大大要到2点哦。
哦，他要到2点了，不要了，我要睡觉，轮到我要睡觉。Okay, I stop recording first before we talk nonsense here.